Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Video Friday. And so today we're going to be making a card. I'm going to be using some newer product and some retiring products. So I just want to use up some of my stash, and I'm sure you feel the same way. So I like to incorporate both together. So today we are going to be using Painted Stripes background stamp. I'm going to be using that on my Stamparatus. I'm also going to be using some of the Fully Flowering pieces that I cut out, that punch out. And so we're going to add that to our card among other things. So let's get started today. Less chatting, more stamping. Okay, so try to put this down without, I've had problems with my phone. I don't know what the deal is. So I'm going to be using a Everyday Arches die. So these are the nesting dies. There's 10. This is kind of one of the middle ones. There's tons of these, and they're all, different sizes. So this one is the middle, kind of one of the middle ones. So what I did in advance was I did cut out a 5 by 3 3/4 piece of white cardstock. I used my, there's magnets on the bottom, so it picks that up. I did go ahead and run this through the Painted Stripes stamp, and I did it in Misty Moonlight. So I really love this stamp. It's so pretty, I think. And so I'm going to cut the arch out of this. I'm going to use this on my mini cut and emboss. Now the cool thing is that 3 3/4 fits perfectly in your mini cut and emboss. Yay. I have to bring my big cut and emboss over. So I'm going to line this up. You can see, kind of hidden, I think. Okay, so I'm going to line this up and cut this out. This little piece of cardstock. Again, this was 5 by 3 3/4. So it's like making your own DSP, right? That's what I really like about this background stamps. Really kind of making your own DSP. That I will use on another card. Okay, so this is the piece I'm going to use. I have a piece of Misty Moonlight cardstock base, 5.5 by 8.5. I'm going to fold this in half. And then I cut out a piece of Designer Series paper from Country Lace. This is DSP that is retiring, but I like to use it up. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere this to my card. It's just under 5 by 3 3/4 so that it'll layer underneath this white piece. Okay, so that is Misty Moonlight also. And then I'm going to add this, my arch. Okay, so it should layer right on top. Yep, if the plan works. Okay, there we go. Now, as I said, Fully Flowering Ephemera Pack is amazing. So I showed you this earlier in the week. There's tons and tons of punch outs. You get like 8 sheets. I punched all mine out, and I chose this black and white one. And I'm going to go ahead and color this quickly with my water painter and some ink. The cool thing about these is that you don't have to worry about any bleeding because this is already printed and it will not bleed like the Memento ink would. Okay, now water painters are unavailable at this time. Unfortunately, the Stampin' Up! Is having a problem finding the manufacturer to make these. So if you have one, great. They came in a pack of 3. I don't know how, when they come back, what they will be packaged as, but I love them. And, if you don't have them, you can probably find, honestly, you can probably find these at a craft store. But if you have one, just keep using it, right? You just add water to it and it's just keeps on going. Okay, so I'm just coloring this in Petal Pink. If you're wondering how I chose my colors today, I did use my color wheel, and I love the color wheel when I'm kind of in a pinch to figure out what colors go well together. So what I did was I just went here and I thought I wanted to use Misty Moonlight, So I went here and I looked at the triadic colors. It says Granny Apple Green and Petal Pink play well. So I'm going to go ahead. That was my plan. So now I'm just going to add a little bit of Granny Apple Green. A little bit to the leaves. I do have a couple really pretty cards to show you also. This. So if you don't like this white that's all around here, you can trim that off. If you want to do it a little tighter, I've done that in the past also. So you can customize these. You can pop these up. You can lay them flat. Love it. Okay. So we're done with that. I'm going to close these. I don't even need to open the blueberry bushel. Misty Moonlight. Okay, so now I'm just going to add this to my card. And I think I'm just going to add it right here. Just going to add it straight down. Could pop it up, but I'm not going to. Maybe I'll add it right there. Okay, I have a couple of these little Granny Apple Green leaves that I don't know what they're from. I cut them out a while back, and I'm just going to use them up. I'm going to tuck these under. Oh, some people say these are tulips, but I think it's like up to your discretion. Do whatever you want with them. Okay, so I'm going to add a little of that in there. And then I have some of this white ribbon. So this is white 1/4 inch diagonal trim combo pack. It came in a 2-pack and it's still current. Yay. So I'm going to go ahead and tint it with my Petal Pink blend marker. I love white ribbon. Actually, the other color, I think that I could have just used the other color because it was Petal Pink, but this is just showing you a technique. Okay, so you're just going to flip that over. Now, if you don't have the blend marker, you can certainly use your Stampin' Right marker. Okay, tie this in a little bow. This. Trim that off. If you didn't color enough, you can add some. I think I just didn't, just enough. Okay, so now I can add this to my card. And I want to add a sentiment. I do have tons of pieces cut. And so I'm going to try to use something that I already have cut. Will that work? Let's see if it does or not. I have this little round circle. Could use that. Nah, I don't think that works. I'm not loving that. How about one of these? I think I could use this. Okay, a little piece of white cardstock. I'm going to use Happy Birthday from my The Right Words stamp set. This is a red rubber cling set. And I think Happy Birthday will fit on here perfectly. So let me add that. And now I can use my Misty Moonlight pad. Knew there was a reason I brought it over here. Okay, tap, tap, tap gently. You don't want to get the edges in the ink. Oh, so cute. All right. I'm going to trim this down, and where am I going to put it? I think I'm going to put it right here. So I think I'm going to just do a little fishtail on that end and just do the side straight. Okay, I'm going to pop this up on, I have a piece of a dimensional here. And I don't even know what that's from. I think it might be from an old kit. I'm going to use it up. Got my Happy Birthday. And then I have my ribbon, and I don't see my glue dots. So let me add it just with liquid glue right there. The problem is it takes a second to dry. Okay, there is my finished card. And I love the background stamp. I love these Fully Flowering. Yeah, I love the whole card. So let me show you a couple other cards. I know you guys like that when I show you other cards I've made. I made this one. Now, do you see something bizarre on this card? Do you see this little pop top? So as I was looking through my little trays full of goodies, I found this little pop top, and I thought, well, that looked kind of cute on a ribbon. So I added that to the ribbon. This is another one of those fully flowering flowers. And so I had that one. I also made this card. And this one I used crushed curry, blueberry bushel, and old olive. And I did again tint the ribbons on these. So there's my cards today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. My name's Trevis Bossler, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in St. Louis, Missouri. And I will see you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Bye.